Hello there everybody, it's HeroicLegend here, and we are back playing more Fire Emblem. Now before we get into the exploration part, we're going to go through and have everyone talk with one another. I am curious how Petra and Hubert are going to get along.
Hubert, I have a request to give you, if I may be doing that.
Oh, it is romantic.
Hello, Petra. How unusually formal.
You are always comparing me against Edelgard. I have been observing you, and you are not often making comparisons like that. So why are you always comparing me? I do not enjoy being compared.
An astute observation. I should point out that such a comparison only reflects well on you. I am perhaps doing so because you are both royalty.
That is not making sense to me. In battle, you and I are the same. Neither of us has a higher rank than General. Edelgard is leading the entire army. But you and I are both leading a part of the army. That should be making us... what is it? Comrades in arms.
Comrades in arms, you say?
When you are looking at me, you are thinking of me compared to Edelgard. But I want you to be looking at me as only myself. Do you have understanding? I do not want you seeing me as foreign royalty, but as your comrade in arms, who is working with you at your side.
Ah, I understand you now. It seems I've done you a great disservice, Petra. Your friendship is important to me. I am sorry that I failed to make that clear. By comparing you to Lady Edelgard, I have treated you merely as one chasing after her shadow. I have done so even while believing that the Empire and Bridget would never go to war again.
Do you really think you can stop comparing? I am knowing well that Edelgard takes a big place inside your heart.
I do not fully understand it. But when I look at you, I simply cannot help but think of Her Majesty. Your past, full of hardship, your unwavering determination, your uncommon excellence. As such, I cannot promise never to compare you. But I will try my best to do so less often.
For now, that will be okay. But I will not be giving up on this. And I want you knowing that one day, when you are comparing, you will be finding I have won the comparison.
What an amusing thing to say. Lady Edelgard's face would contort most bitterly were she to hear it.
Be marking my words, Hubert. One day, between the two of us, you will be choosing me.
Okay. I low-key very much like that. That was actually really adorable. Also, here's the airing between Dorothea and Caspar. Hooray!
Hey, Caspar, care to join me for tea?
Again? Well, let's make it quick. I gotta get some training in eventually.
More training? Don't you get tired of it?
No, I don't get tired of working toward my goals. Unlike you.
Me? What do you mean?
Sassy.
Your quest for the perfect husband. I haven't seen you wasting time with any dull-looking guys lately.
Oh, that. Maybe I just found something worth staying in for.
You mean in the monastery? This place is a dump compared to what it was 5 years ago.
That's not what I'm talking about. Honestly, Caspar, you don't understand women at all.
Of course he doesn't. He's been, like, goal-oriented since coming here.
Well, excuse me. Maybe I'm just another dull guy.
That must be why you don't pick up on how I feel.
What?
When I'm around you, I feel like, well, like I can always be myself. I don't need to act differently or flirt or lie. I can just be me. I always said you were little brother material, but when we're alone like this, the idea of marriage...
Nope. Hold it right there. I'm gonna need a minute. I was not ready for this.
Caspar, settle. You might be getting the wrong idea. I was only saying, when I'm with you like this, I can forget all about marriage and just be friends.
Huh? Right. Of course.
Though I suppose relationships like that can also lead to marriage.
Now I know you're messing with me.
I'm not trying to tease. I was just thinking out loud. If neither of us ever find our special someone, it might not be so bad to settle down and spend the rest of our lives together. What do you think?
I haven't really thought about that. I'm not really the romance type. Spending the rest of my life with you doesn't sound so bad, though. But why are we even talking about this? There's no way you won't find someone great.
Stranger things have happened.
Either way, no point in worrying about it now. I'm plenty happy with our current situation. Let's just focus on staying good friends.
Good idea. Here's to us.
They're gonna be adorable when they get together at the end. Although I am a little sad that they didn't get the romance music. Oh, here's the first conversation between her and Ash.
Oh, is that Petra? Looks like she's out shopping.
Oh, I remember this one.
Hey there, young lady. Are you looking to buy, or would you rather cry? Just so you know, there's no beating my prices.
She doesn't understand.
Cry. Beating. Are you wanting to battle me?
As in a battle of wills? Trust me, kid. You don't want to waste your life trying to beat me at...
Huh? Sword or bow? Which are you fighting with? You have skill with both, I am thinking.
Petra, what are you doing? Why are you fighting? What did she say?
I was asked to be coming here and do the shopping, but then this merchant gave me her challenge.
Huh? This has to be a misunderstanding.
It is.
Look, I'll help you. What were you trying to buy?
We are needing vulneraries. Many people make use of them, and our stock is lowly.
Oh, got it. Just leave this to me. Come on, isn't that price a little high? Surely you can afford to go a bit lower.
I love this moment. Y'all about to see Ash really work his magic.
Are you kidding? This is even lower than my usual bargain rate.
Really? Because the shop over by the gates is selling the same item for a little more than half that. Guess I'll have to head back there after all.
Hey, let's all take a deep breath. Here's the deal. I'll give you another 10% off. How's that?
Make it 20% and you've got a deal.
You drive a hard bargain. Fine, 20%. But you better be grateful.
The shopping was successful. You have my gratitude, Ash.
My boy, right there.
Not a problem. I'm used to this sort of thing.
Bargaining for prices in Fodlan is complicated.
In Bridget, we merely just fight each other for good prices.
I am thankful for this bargain. Now the extra can be given back to our professor. I had learnings about the customs of Fodlan. I have gratitude for that, too.
I wouldn't call it a custom, exactly. It's just a trick we commoners use to save money.
Efficiency with money is a wonderful culture.
I promise you, it's really nothing special.
And then we have Leone and Shamir, and then we can get on to exploring.
Why am I so off? Yesterday wasn't like this. Some days I just can't seem to hit anything.
Your mind, body, and technique are not synchronized. Find harmony between the three. You lack experience. You'll improve if you practice.
Now that you mention it, Shamir, how come I've never seen you train? Do you keep odd hours? Or are you just so good that you don't even need it anymore?
I am always training. Look here.
A dagger.
Watch.
Wow, nice throw. That was a long one. But does throwing knives at pillars really count as shooting practice?
Look closely.
Is that a centipede? You pierced it clean in half. How did you even see that?
I train everything. Eyes, speed, accuracy. Watch as the bird flies. Feel the wind. Recognize the distance between objects. Not all training requires a weapon. Integrate training into your daily routine.
My daily routine, huh? Well, that's great advice. Thanks. I'll do my best.
Very good. Just be calm.
Oh, the way Shamir talks, I thought the very good was the end of it. Whoops. But yeah, Shamir has a weird fixation with killing bugs. Alright. So we have Yuritsa, I think, over here with a quest.
Okay.
What you have for us, buddy?
What is it? I have no words for you. I have blades, and if you wish to cross them, I'll be more than happy to. Although you may not be. I was told not to, however. So I will hold off until the war ends. I have a favor to ask.
What? Dude, I get to fight just like, wow, they make me fight just alongside Yuritsa. That's crazy. What? Why just Yuritsa? He wants to murder me. Okay, we have an Imperial soldier. Actually, I'm curious where Randolph and company are. Oh, hey, Bernie.
Claude. Which one was he again? Oh, right. Yeah, of course I remember him.
I still want to show this to my buddy. Just be like, hey, look at what your bay is. Look at how your bay's mentioned. I'm just gonna smirk.
It's just, I can't picture his face. Don't remember what he looks like. I'm not sure if I ever knew. Oh well, he's just another enemy now, isn't he? What? Am I not supposed to say that?
To tell you the truth, I used to be a knight of Seros. But at some point, I just couldn't follow the Archbishop anymore. I ran away in secret and decided to join the Imperial Army. When I found Alois here, it made me feel much better. It meant I'd made the right decision.
Damn Skippy.
Ever since that day you disappeared, the Archbishop has been completely different. She started laughing as if she was possessed and spouting complete gibberish.
Ooh, that's terrifying.
Do you ever regret taking the path you did?
No.
Ha! The very model of a leader. I should take a page out of your book. Whatever path you choose going forward, I'll follow you without question.
Thanks, Alois. It makes me regret I couldn't find someone for you.
I hear Claude's earned himself a rather colorful nickname. He does whatever it takes to win. I like that. It will be especially satisfying to defeat him. I can't wait to see what his next move is.
I really have to start it and then have someone in mind for Alois. Like, I know he's married and he has a daughter, but like, I still want to make sure he has someone.
I'm happy when we win battles, and I'm always relieved when our friends make it back safe. On the other hand, it's hard to watch the enemy die. Even worse when it's someone you know.
But we spared Ignatz.
Perhaps it would have been better if I'd just stayed with the opera. You're right, Professor. I'll never regret the choices I've made. Now you just have to lead us to victory, so everyone else can let go of their regrets too.
I'll be fine. Professor's here.
Didn't they used to call Claude the Master Tactician? I want a nickname too. Maybe I'll get one if I can defeat him at Deirdre. I'll come up with a plan that'll beat his and earn a nickname for sure.
How about Caspar? The thick-headed. Oh, there are several quests here.
Pardon me.
Oh, there's a soldier and Ferdinand to talk to.
If you travel east from the Alliance and cross Fogland's Throat, you enter the land of Almyra. House Goneril's territory touches the eastern border of the Alliance. They also have Lord Holst, the most valiant warrior in the Alliance. Tasked with keeping watch over the Almyrans' movements, he rarely leaves Goneril territory.
I have been wondering something. If I had not been your student, where would I be right now? Who would I be?
Do you ever think about that sort of thing, Professor?
So you do think about such questions. You can never find answers, though, right? You cannot turn back time. So there is no way to go back and try a different path.
Very clever. There's one person up. This is fast travel. Just poof around real quick. Hi, Marianne.
The tide of war is clearly favoring us, but Claude refuses to surrender. I wonder why that could be. Frankly, it seems to me that his ideals are not that far removed from Edelgard's. I suppose even the very powerful can be irrational at times.
I guess the other answer was the correct one, but I want to be fair here. Claude's always been that guy. Oh, Randolph and his little sister are here.
Big brother always gets so fired up. Better keep an eye on him. Oh, sorry. I was just talking to myself. I hear you're heading out to Deirdre. Good luck with the battle.
You little...
Hey there. Lately, the Kingdom and the Knights of Seiros haven't made any significant moves. I don't suppose they're going to stand by and watch while we attack Deirdre, though.
Probably not.
That's why I've doubled our guard and instructed them to be extra vigilant. I will keep Garreg safe. It is my duty and responsibility.
I wonder if he can even fail in that.
Oh, hello there, Professor. Did you need something from me? It doesn't look like you're wounded or anything. You just looking for someone to talk to? I thought so. Well, I'm here for you. Making you feel better is my top priority. Whether it's physical pain or worries of the heart, you can come to me for anything, Professor.
Thanks, Manuela. Okay, seems the biz collection is down here, so I can go teleport here, move up, move around, circle around, and then move down. Actually, it should probably be better for me to go and grab stuff from Hubert here. Let's talk to Edelgard. Trying to figure out what I'm going to do in terms of, well, just in terms of what I have for my points.
I wish we could settle all of this before the fighting begins, don't you? I wish it dearly, but few others feel that way. They fight in a bloody battle, take countless lives, and then finally come to understand defeat. They refuse to admit when they're beaten, and they keep it up until they've been utterly defeated. Of course, I understand that sacrifice is inevitable. But if they're going to surrender after being defeated anyway, why raise a weapon in the first place?
Sometimes it just can't handle defeat, Edelgard. It's just the fact that... She raises a good question. Like, if you're gonna just roll over the moment you're defeated instead of really fight to your last, what's the point? And actually, it's very eerie how what she says ties in with what happened in another playthrough. Because, yeah.
In order to defeat a formidable foe, you must first learn who they are. How much do you know about the Alliance?
I am their teacher in an alternate timeline.
The Leicester Alliance unites the feudal lords of that region. It holds regular roundtable conferences where they vote on their policies. However, only the 5 great lords are permitted to vote. Duke Goneril, Count Gloucester, Count Ordelia, Margrave Edmund, and their leader, Duke Regan. Their titles were originally granted to them by the royal family of Farkas. About 300 years ago, the Alliance was still part of the Holy Kingdom of Farkas, you see.
Well done, Professor. Thank you.
Ooh.
So, we've somehow managed to take the Great Bridge of Myrden. That means House Gloucester should now be ready to join the fold more formally. We've blown a major hole in Claude's plan to preserve the Alliance. We should press on to Deirdre before he has the opportunity to adjust his strategy. I have a request for you.
Fine. Wait, flowers. I guess next time I'm exploring. Wait, does Anna have a quest for me too? I have too many quests lined up. But no, going back to what Edelgard said, it does make a question sometimes when an enemy goes, you know... I guess I'm speaking mostly from Dragon Ball Z.
Hey!
You know, oh, this guy.
I got a favor to ask.
I already know where that is. I don't know what to do.
I figured I'd have a look at how the kingdom is holding up while I was on the road. So I took a trip up north despite the cold. The borders were closed on every road. I wasn't even able to get into the kingdom. Every crossing point was guarded by grim-looking armed soldiers. It was all very imposing.
Or would you say menacing? Sorry.
Professor?
I had to. Oh.
Right. Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Deirdre is known as the aquatic capital. It's a beautiful town with streets that seem to float on the water and an impressive harbor. In times of peace, it would be a wonderful place for a holiday. Anyway, best of luck in the next battle.
I wonder if he still has the same charisma levels. But it does raise a good question. If you're... It's one of those things. If you're so afraid of death, why even fight in the first place instead of just try to figure out a way to avoid it or stay out of it? Or if you're forced into fighting, why even point your sword at someone who's stronger than you instead of just be like, you know what, I'm... Once you're on the battlefield against someone, you can surrender and see if, you know, I don't want to fight. I don't know. This might be a topic I'm equipped for.
The Alliance troops were nothing to turn a nose up at. They were pretty strong, and brave, too. Our next target of attack is Deirdre, the Alliance base. Better stay sharp, even if we do have superior numbers.
Ooh. Yeah, those little nudges are not entirely me. This is terrible. What is terrible?
Hey, I could use a hand.
Oh, jeez. So head out about to take up the deserters, set out and subdue the enemy. Oh, this chick.
5 years ago, during the attack on this place, you allowed me to join your side. Since then, I've risen through the ranks. And now I'm a general leading my own army. In this invasion of the Alliance, I've been entrusted with maintaining the supply lines and keeping the Goneril territories under control. That's why I won't be accompanying you to Deirdre. Please look after Lady Edelgard.
It is funny how everyone who's, like, important to the army are, like, don't have to fight with us, and they give actual reasons why they won't.
Listen.
The Gloucester and Ordelia houses have territory in the southern regions of the Alliance. Everyone knows they support the Empire, so they won't get in the way of our armies.
Claude, eh? He always was sharp among his peers. Never let himself get caught up in conventions. He wasn't typical in Fodlan. Then there's Rhea and King Dimitri. I'd stay on their good sides, for different reasons. Yeah, well, if that's the only way forward, it can't be helped.
Yeah, but I hope it can be an alternate way.
So, listen.
Then again, I don't know how Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs Dimitri has become.
Food has gotten scarce since the war started. Lately, the prices have really been going up. Normally, that would mean reducing our own take, but we just can't afford to do that. If we lose this war, we lose everything.
Jesus.
Still, the townspeople are the ones who will suffer from this the most. The longer this goes on, the more people will starve.
Don't worry, Ash. We're gonna handle this.
What a professor. I think you should be made aware of a certain group working with the Imperial Army. They are the same lot that invented a technique to turn monsters into war assets. It's quite obvious their trick draws on the power of the crest stones, but there is something more to it than that. Some secret I have yet to decipher. I suppose I need to better understand what kind of people they are. Who are they? What do they want? For her part, Miss Edelgard is cooperating, yet does not hide her hostility towards them. I suspect we should prepare, in case the day should come when we must combat these strange people.
Huh.
That reminds me. 5 years ago, most of the people involved with the church in the Empire moved to the Eastern Church in Alliance territory. I've been hearing rumors that the majority of those have now gone to the kingdom capital, Verdiad. The Eastern Church has no military force of its own, so they must be sensing that the Alliance is weak and fleeing.
Oop, just a citizen.
A hungry hero is no better than a well-fed soldier. Do you know that saying? No? That's because I just made it up. If you're hungry, you're never going to be at full strength. Keep your belly full and stay strong.
I don't know if it's gonna catch on as an actual proper saying, but I think it's cute. Hello, priest.
Do you have time for a request?
Catch the big one. Oh, this one. Okay.
Hey! We can't actually join you on the battlefield, but rest assured that we're there in spirit. We're doing everything we can to support the army, so give it your all out there.
Ooh.
Since the past, I have learned much of the language of Fodlan. But speaking the Fodlan language still gives me difficulty. I can understand, read, and write with nearly perfection now. But understanding and speaking are fruits of a different color. I have gratitude for you, Professor. I hope that I will have fluency one day.
I don't know. I never need the fluency.
I never do get used to the sight of blood. It always makes me feel as if I might faint. I suppose I've told you that, though, yes? I've no idea how you cope with it. I hope this war ends soon. I dislike being lightheaded because other people are bleeding everywhere. It's all a great deal of bother, but I will do my part, of course.
Of course you will. You're a dark mage. Oh, is that the flower he was talking about?
I'm from Alliance lands, but I'm only a commoner. The idea of fighting Alliance nobles isn't exactly losing me any sleep. Fighting old friends, though? That's something else. No, I'd better clear my head. Captain Gerald used to say a mercenary has to be thoughtless. Guess I finally get what he meant.
Yep. Whether it's people you used to know, people you knew, or just basically really anything. Being a merc means that you have to be like, well, I did know you, and I perhaps was rather fond of you.
Maybe.
But if you're standing on the opposite side of me, and I have a job to do, you're not gonna last long.
Need something?
Want that experience, boof.
See you again soon.
I'll see you again soon. I'm an old man. Oh, what's this? I think that goes to Anna. Unless it belongs all to this one guy.
Hey,
Oh, good. Thanks.
Where is she?
Really now? I hope there's unrest everywhere these days. All of my fellow merchants seem to be endangered. I hope things go back to normal soon. People need more to smile about, aside from my great deals.
I had a feeling.
Thanks for finding this. I honestly never thought I'd see it again.
How did you lose that there, Anna? You know what? Those are questions for later. Alrighty. I think we've talked with everyone, so all that's left is to do, well, gardening, eating with others, etc. So, and also the fishing. I don't know if I'm going to actually catch the big one on camera, but, you know, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you liked it, you know what to do. Much appreciation if you do. Until next video, we'll say, laters.